All right. Hey, everybody. Do I have audio? I've got a lot to show you, and I'm not going to drag this out. Thank you for being here. There is so much going on with silver and the potential or inevitable imminent the commercial real estate crash. And I've got a few things I want to show you about two of the commercial real estate companies, primarily because the way they look on the charts, and they were doing Google ads to pump the stock up. I tried to do a live stream about this, and it fell apart. But this is going to be really good. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I hope we have Johnny Bravo showing up. I sent him an invite. He said he was sitting around. So, all right, first, I'm going to show you something real quick, and we're going to go from here. And silver is going on a rip. I showed you this before, and this is Macy's, is closing 150 stores across the country by 2026. Big whoop, right? Well, here's the thing. Including 50 locations this year alone. This is a major hub. Now, let's run over to the charts real quick. And I've got Macy's pulled up. You don't have to wait for me to click around. And this is the Macy's chart. Okay. The weekly, right? All right. Does that look like it's on a downtrend? Does it look like, and really, that's a little more valid. And there's a little top right there too. A little breakout, this manipulation, that's what happens. They pump it up to dump it. They get it going again, they dump it. Now we're touching it twice. We'll look at it on the daily too. But just put that in your head. How big of a part of is Macy's amongst malls? All right, now we're going to move on. I'm going to show you a couple of the stocks that I have on my CRE crash list. Here's one. Alexandria Real Estate Equities. Now, this is the daily, and it's like, oh, it's not really, it's just kind of coming back up, but zoom out, and you'll see the bigger picture. Look at that solid. That's pretty solid, huh? This is just one of them. This is one that they run it up, sell it off. Pump the news, sell it off. And you will see it revisit a big gap right there. It's coming back to it right now. Already hit it once. That might be it for it. And they might try to long wick it out and then dump it. But I just want you to pay attention to what's going on in the commercial real estate. It is fixing to be the biggest crash in history. Do I have audio? Are we good? All right, good. I don't need any more scripts on live streams. All right, now that's one. The other one is Simon. Now, before we get into Simon, I need to show you what they're a part of. Browse all Simon shopping centers. They're into entertainment and malls. That is it. Look at all. It's just, commercial real estate never goes down. Okay. Well, the problem is the banks own this. The people that borrowed the money from the bank can't pay it back because of all the obvious reasons. 1.1 trillion in credit card debt for one. But the list goes on and on and on and on. Now you tell me, what happens when Macy's closes their big box, their big store, and other ones decide to follow? What happens? Does it get that much harder to make it in this space? Do the empty malls, how are they going to repurpose these malls? That's another thing. It would be almost impossible to repurpose all these malls. Now, back to the chart. What you just looked at was Simon Properties, SPG. And that is a beautiful trend line here on the weekly. And we can, and if you put it right there, it makes it a little better. But you can see what we're trying to do here. And really, if you pull it on over, that was an important area too. It looks like we're about to turn around, and I'm actively watching this as close as I can. If you go to the daily, you can see it really well too. This is something put on your list, and make sure you're not, whoever is doing your investing is not allocated to the thing that never goes down. You know, these shopping malls. Now, okay, I did almost forget to tell you, and we're going to talk about silver in just a second. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. But Macy's had some news. They had some news. I'm not going to pull it up. I can just tell you about it. Somebody might be buying them, okay? Somebody might be buying Macy's, and it's like $6 billion. And they do that. They do that. Go back to the daily because I've been watching it. Gapped up today, 16%. So on that news, it's exactly what they do, guys. They'll pump some news. Oh, Macy's is getting bought. Everything's okay. Right at this important gap area right here. And boom, it takes a rip. The last time it did that, there's always a rip and a gap before the big rug pull. Because this is how they get it back to the important area so they can successfully rug pull everybody. So that was the news. Look where it stopped. Isn't that crazy? Okay, silver. Have you guys been watching silver? I hope so. Because, oh, look, I got Johnny. I got Bravo on here. He made a video about the head and shoulders pattern. So I came in here and I was looking. Sure enough, there's a head and shoulder pattern. This size lower. It's inverse head and shoulder pattern. He's got his little hair going. Woo, take his wig off. Anyway, let me move this. His big bicepula. And you can see silver, that's a legit breakout. We went up a dollar today, just about. And next stop, we broke 23. One other thing to notice is Unusual Whales. I've recently subscribed to them, and you can see the big boys over there that are actually making bets on GLD, massive ones. They're actually making some big bets on gold and silver, and I thought that was really strange because you don't normally see that. But I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. The commercial real estate is on its deathbed. It's being artificially manipulated by news. Macy's getting bought up by some, I don't know who it was, I don't care. The important thing is sell the news, even though it jumped up 16%. I'm going to leave that chart exactly where it's at, and we're going to revisit that in a week or two or three. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When it pops up again, I'm going to make another video because I would like to take advantage of this crash like Michael Burry did the housing crash. This time is different. It's not housing. It's commercial real estate. A bunch of empty buildings. MNJ sent me $10. Thank you so much. GovMint. Yeah, this was a good one. Hey, GovMint. We're doing a video with a lawyer that's doing a lawsuit against people that are coercing older people, mainly conning them into buying numismatic precious metals that are 3 and 4 times what it should be. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. All the scams that are involved in precious metals is sickening. And you're going to be, when it starts to really rip, you're going to see, and they're going to be on some channels that you like to watch, pumping these prices. And when you talk to them, they're not going to be able to answer the questions. Ask them, how much is a monster box? They ought to be able to spit it out like that. If they can't, we don't really sell precious metals. That means you're about to get screwed. Just heads up. That's the way it is. And it's a joke, and I'm tired of it. and I don't get 3 bids. You can go to Stacey's email. If you want her email, text your email to that number back there if you want precious metals. She'll send you the price list, and then you can take that to go get the best deal. It's an open book here. I just want people to have real money. That's it. It's the same people I did business with before I ever had a YouTube channel. SHIB is up 45% today. I don't have any of that. Yeah, sell it. You gotta hit that sell button sometime. I'm not telling you what to do. It might go to $1 million. One SHIB, it'll make everybody rich. I did notice Bitcoin's around 67,000, and we're going to start seeing silver get pumped. It's and the sketchy miners that aren't ripoffs, I hope they do something. And guys, remember, you got to hit the sell button. I'm the worst. I've got all of it. I've got all the FOMO, the emotions, the greed, all the things that I thought I was immune to. I got them worse than anybody. If you trade the stock market, especially futures, day trading type stuff, you will learn a lot about yourself. And I have learned a ton. Yesterday was Kevin's birthday. Happy birthday, Kevin. And Russ is in the house. Is there anything you want me to cover? I got the stock charts open. I'm going to get Senor Bravo on here next time. I would like you to look at natural gas. It's starting to act funny. If you're into that, do you want to see natural gas? It's something we have to have, kind of like silver. We have to have it. We don't actually have to have Bitcoin. It's cool we have it. We don't have to have it. Hey, we got to have silver. If you're going to be EV, if you're going to be green, if we're going to get into the dystopian AI future, they're going to have silver. And there's only so much, and it's been artificially suppressed forever. I will show you a little bit of natural gas. That's the couple of things that I'm really hot on right now, because I just don't want to miss it. When I first moved to North Louisiana to work in the natural gas fields, it was, the chart might not go back that far. It was right in here. It was $14 a thousand when I got here. Well, I thought it was. See, 2000. Yeah, no, it was like 13. It was almost 14. And now we're looking at the same low prices as, give me just a second. This is gonna freak you out if you hadn't seen it already. The same low prices as we were in 1998. Not yet. Actually, we're about 1999. So is that crazy? Now, here's another thing to consider. We went up. We kept moving up. Oh, 95, building stuff. Everything's getting better. We're moving up. And then all of a sudden we started making lower lows. And these lower lows just accidentally match across the chart. All right. I just want everybody to notice that, because even though I did buy some shares in UNG and Boyle, they're ETFs in natural gas. Trading natural gas is brutal. It moves like Jagger. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I was day trading it, and I did okay, but it's just all over the place. I mean, this is a 5-minute chart, and it's really hard when it gaps like this. That can really hurt you. But if you'll go look at the ETFs, let's do this. I'll show you a couple that might be a little safer. And I'm not telling you to buy anything. What's going on? Where is it at? Well, I got it over here. Oh, it's a fund. Sorry. Yeah, that's why. All right. Boyle is one that was turned on to me. Where did it go? All right, let's try again. Hang tight. There. And it's done a little gapping lately too. But notice we're also on the 15-minute. The daily It's mirroring what natural gas is doing, mirroring. And I was making videos about it when it was like $13.50, $14. So if you got in then, you did pretty good. We are UNG looks kind of the same way. United States Natural Gas. It did this big gap up, and I went ahead and sold it. Like I said before, if you go back to natural gas, we're looking at $1. If it goes back, if it mirrors the chart like it did before, we're looking at I'll get the weekly. We're looking at $1.42. $1.42 and possibly $1.24. And we do live in the Thunderdome. It could go all the way down to 102. $1. That is nutty. I can't believe it. I'm saying if it goes to 130, I'm really going to be making some noise about it. So hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because I'm not going to let this stuff get away from us, guys. We've got a lot to look forward to. We've got... That was awful. Hang on. I do want to show you that. All right. All right, look. Boil. Hang tight. All right, this is a ETF, and it mirrors natural gas. It jumps up. I want you to look at it for yourself. Let's go to the daily. It jumps up and it just gapped up. I went ahead and sold because I think it's going back to those prices that I mentioned before. It's going back to, maybe not, I might be wrong, but we'll get it again, guys. There's multiple opportunities to get into a trade. I'll show you that as well. But like I was saying, we're looking at $1.27. As hard as that is to believe, if it mirrors the other side of the chart like it has been, it might go down there. Really hard to believe. The only thing wrong with that is this long run of sell-off. That kind of makes me think it's going to run up, kind of like that. But we had a pretty good run up. I mean, I was making videos at $1.50, and we had a good run. Now it's time to cool off. Actually, I wasn't making videos then. I was making them down here, right as we were taking off. But like I said, UNG is another one you should look at. And is there anything else you want me to cover? NVIDIA. I'm actually have a little small short on NVIDIA. I can't help it. I don't want it. I want them to go down. It's not very popular. It's not very popular to want those guys to go down, but it's a scam, guys. It's a joke. It's not real. I just want real money. I want things to be worth what they're supposed to be worth. I would like logic to actually work. You know? And if you're thinking logical when you're trading, you're messing up. I don't agree with you about numismatic value. If you know what coins to buy, certain rare coins outperform precious metals. You have to do your research and know what to buy. All right, Kevin, but this, I agree. I'm not the coin professional. That's why I stay in my lane. You want to get into numismatics? That's fine. The scams are when people push and this lady that was scammed was called 80 times, 50 times, and 80 emails. It was nuts. And they constantly push and push and push. And when she got into them, it wasn't what they said. There's a lot of room. There's some gray area to kind of mess people up. And why wouldn't you just buy the commodity, buy Eagles if you're that worried about getting confiscated? You know, well, buy silver Eagles. That's real money. But like I said, up until now, the silver to gold ratio was like 90 to 1. So I don't know what it is now. Somebody put it in the comments what the silver ratio is. I'll put it on the screen. Stacey's price list is coming out. Stacey, put your email on here as well and your phone number, because if you have the price list, when silver does run back up, you'll be able to, well, sorry, when silver has a small pullback, I hope. Actually, I'll try to show you that real quick. I've got the charts right here. If you'll put the, if you'll put your email and the silver to gold ratio for me while I'm doing this. All right. All right, hang tight. There we go. Okay, silver. If you're wanting a pullback and you think there's going to be one, there likely will be. There always is. 24 bucks. Wow. Okay, this is the weekly. That's a good weekly candle. Let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, so it respected this gap, and that's what you can pretty much bank on, guys. Right here, there's no candle, no wick or anything, and it made this gap, and then it came back and touched it. It respected that. There's also a gap over here that you could pull this over and see. That makes it incredibly strong. See how that worked out? That's nuts. I'm not making it up. We had the breakout, we had the gap, it respected the gap. So after this candle forms, you will be able to, and I don't know, it hasn't formed yet. You need 3 candles. You should be able to, and you'll have to move this around. I'll make another video when it cools off some to try to get people the best price. It could come here, but a lot of times when it actually runs that far, it'll come back to this second one. And the second one would probably be more likely because you have this manipulation right here. So if we could get a pullback to 23.53, 23.50, that would be awesome as well. If you're, if you're wanting to buy, I hate to see anybody buy at the top. I've been there and done that. But the next, yeah, this will be an area too, and it might go all the way up to here until it pulls back to a gap. Like I said, this gap has not formed yet. It's starting to cool off that psychological number 24, and there's a few things we can. Ooh, yeah, right here, right there. That might be a hot seat as well. So wait till this one forms, and I'll make another video. But right now, that would be nice if we could get people a better deal at 23.5. So I'm going to take this off the chart, and I'll put where I can see you guys, because I can't see you guys. Okay. Did anybody? Fortuna Silver Mine. What are they doing? They doing something good? 88. Silver was 90, now it's 88 to 1. So it takes 88 pieces of silver to buy 1 gold coin. 88.6 long-lived coins. This is why I've been making videos about silver. This is why I've been investing in silver, and I very seldom make videos about gold. But we like gold too. It's fine. We don't love it, but that's the ticket. You buy something that's way out of value. It was explained to me like it's a dog, like a little yapping dog running on a leash. It'll run way up and then it'll pull way back. So it gets so far behind, the leash is about to snatch its little silver neck and it's going to run back up. And there's some people that, if you do the math, if you follow David Morgan, Wall Street Silver, those guys that really go down the rabbit hole of what it used to do and how it's been. I've got his book. I'll actually make a video about what silver has done in the past. 14 to 1, 13 to 1, 16 to 1, 20 and 30 to 1. That's a good time to start swapping silver for gold. Now, there's some people that say we're going to be mining for silver in in landfills, and it's going 1-to-1 to gold. Now that would be nutty. That would be extremely crazy. But Tyler says no pullback. We need to run up some more. Interested as money, more interested, and money comes into silver. Yeah, it's going to cool. Nothing goes straight up forever though, and it's cool to be able to find the spots where it does retrace, and it's accurate. If you try to follow those gaps in the market, and then you can go back and find manipulation, and a lot of time it adds up. I've been doing that in just the big stocks, the normal FANG stocks. It works there as well. AMD looks like it's come back. I don't know if you saw the video yesterday. Go back and watch yesterday's video about where politicians are buying and how they're buying at the same prices, but not at the same dates. Does that make sense? Go check it out, and it's going to make sense. It looks like there's going to be a massive pullback on AMD. I hope so. So I shorted it just a little bit because I don't have a lot of, well, I can't get hurt, but it looks like it's going to retrace back to where politicians start to buy, because that's an important level. They like to buy, and then it comes back down. They buy again. So they buy, sell, and they do that all the time. That's why the Democrats made like 32% in the portfolio. Go watch yesterday's video. It's awesome. If I do say so myself. Or the information is anyway. The presentation, I don't know. All right, guys. I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. And I'm serious when I say that, and the only reason I say that is because I had a guy at work. He used to tell me when we left, it was such a pleasure working with him. And when we left for the day, he was one of those guys that would really do his best to help you any way he could. He used to say, he said, I'll help you when I can. And before I left every day, he'd say, man, have a good day, okay? And he meant it. He meant it from the bottom of his heart, and I knew it. And that's why I say that. Have an awesome, awesome the rest of your day. All right? Later, guys.